Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today. We have one of our Hall stars this year. We have Andrew Bushell here.
Hello. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's your second time on the
Yes,
pod. And we're so excited to have you here with us.
I'm excited to be here. I'm very fortunate. I got a couple movies this season, so
Yeah, we've already seen the Under the Christmas Sky. We've already seen that.
yes,
And We're Scrooged. And so we'll talk more about that. But yeah, it must have been fun to work on these projects this year.
very fun, very fun. Both of those were shot during the summer, so it was one of
Uh-huh.
those sweaty ones, but good, but a
Yeah.
really good time.
Yeah, you had to have the like the pea coats that look, I mean, just the shirts that look like coats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I think luckily Under the Christmas Sky was pretty
that was
a
inside.
lot of indoors, a lot of
Yeah.
indoors. So I escaped most of that,
So
and the
that's good.
costume people were very not only did they give me pretty light stuff, they gave me like flashy stuff, so that was kind
Uh,
of yeah.
well, I'm just glad that people noticed last year because we noticed and we were like, this guy's good. We like this. And so we're so glad that
Thank
that you got
you.
some roles this year. That's
Yes,
exciting.
yeah. And yeah, the I scoured the internet for some reviews of Under the Christmas Sky, and I was like, okay, they seem to enjoy my character. I wasn't the
Yes.
lead, but I really had a lot of
Yeah.
fun
Oh yeah.
playing what I played. It was kind of like he was like a cool hip guy, so
Yeah.
that was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that search. I know some actors avoid the reviews but
Yeah, I mean,
we try to be pretty
they,
nice. We try to be
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, these don't have the big Hollywood blockbuster budgets, people.
That's right. That's right. Well, so you were in one of the Love Club movies though, starting out the
Yes,
year.
yeah.
Yeah. So what was that all about? How was that to be in that?
That was a lot of fun. That everybody on that was really nice. My the leading lady in that was Chantel, and she was great. We cracked each other up. She had a really interesting story. She didn't even want to be an actor. I don't know if you know her very well, but
Hmm.
she her friend told her that she should audition for the musical version of The Lion King because they were doing open auditions.
No.
And from there, she got that. Then she traveled the world with that, and then all of a sudden, she was an actor, and bada bing, bada boom. But that series was great. It was weird because I came in midway through because they shot four of those movies,
Yeah.
and so everyone already kind of was like really well bonded. But I
Uh,
wheeled my way in. I think
uh.
I got along with everybody pretty good. Uh,
Yeah, I must admit I have not watched them yet. I
mm,
just yeah, but yeah, it sounded like a fun project. It sounded
it
like they
was
were yeah.
it did well enough. I don't think it was originally a Hallmark, but then Hallmark bought it,
Yeah.
and then they bought a second round of it. So I believe
Yeah.
there's going to be a whole second round of the Love Club with
Yeah.
new people, new
Yeah.
cast. Yeah.
That'll be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then you were on the Spencer Sisters.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So a couple episodes of that. That must have been fun.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Again, I came in halfway through, so it was like when you come in and everybody always already is like bonded and knows each other, it feels like coming into a new school or something. But everyone was really nice.
Hmm.
Stacey Farber, who's my love interest. Well, I'm her love interest in that. Was wonderful to work
Yeah.
with, and it was I got to meet, and some of my scenes were with Leah Thompson from Back to the Future, so that was kind of cool,
Yeah.
like meeting someone from like childhood
Yeah.
movies, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, it must be an interesting thing working on like procedural like that,
Mm.
and the uh the way they have to shoot it and putting all the scenes together and just all that stuff being a part of. I know you spend a lot of time just kind of waiting for your turn
Yeah,
when
yeah.
when you're on a show like that.
I'm trying to just like hope it goes for a second season, hope they bring me back again.
Hmm.
I always try to find
Yeah.
little reviews, and so far nothing bad. So, I hope
Yeah.
CTV picks it up or the Canadian broadcaster CTV picks it up and then get another shot at that. But
Well, and I mean, I think it got picked up by CW here, so that's a good sign.
Yes, that was a good sign during the strike. Since there was no new movies or TV being made, CW picked up a few shows, and Spencer Sisters was lucky enough to be one of them. And they're keeping it on so far because I know some shows got booted off, so we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I hope so. It's so hard to for me to find time with all the movies I have to watch, to find time to watch series.
There's
But
so much out there.
I know it really is. There's just, I swear a day doesn't go by where somebody doesn't tell me, you got to watch this show. It's an amazing
Yeah.
show. And I'm like, there's only so many hours in the day.
And that's the thing. Now it's not even like just from North America. It's like there's Korean shows, there's European shows, there's shows from all over, and they're good.
I know. It's true. I know. I've had a couple K-dramas on my list for forever.
Yeah.
People have told me that I needed to watch. I haven't even watched Squid Game. I mean, that's
I
how
watched
out of
Squid
it
Game.
I
I
am.
definitely watched that.
I mean, that I should have watched that during the pandemic, but I didn't.
It was good. It's a hard watch, but it's a good watch.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I just didn't have. I just ran out of time. I haven't even watched the last season of Stranger Things. It's just
you've got a queue now, a long queue.
Yeah. I got my priorities.
Yeah. Forget family and friends. Forget everything else. You've got a job to do.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Yeah. So Under the Christmas Sky, I mean, we legit liked the B plot line better than the main plot line. We really did. It was so cute. Like the little side romance, you and I forget her name, but not
Sydney who played Celeste.
Yeah. And her characters are Celeste. And at the museum, and you trying to come up with all these reasons that you had to be there and help, and you had to be like pretty smooth. It was
finding a way to overstay my welcome.
Yeah. So was that filmed in Vancouver?
That was filmed actually in Winnipeg.
Oh, okay.
Winnipeg. And it wasn't, because apparently Winnipeg can get extremely cold. Luckily, it was pretty nice weather while we were there. And that was a lot of fun because the director Sean of that film, he let us improvise a lot. So like, and I think the writer must have been pretty open to that as well, because sometimes they're like no, sometimes they allow you. And this one they really let us go, and then a lot of it made the edit, which was nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I think you could feel that a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely added to the chemistry of me and Sydney, who played Celeste.
Well, and I wondered about that it was a larger role than the typical B plot line, secondary storyline. So I kind of wondered if it's like, I wonder if any lines were added or anything was expanded as they were shooting, because
probably by me.
Yeah, right.
Not only did I try to weasel my way in there, also as an actor, I just elongated everything I could.
Yeah. But I thought that you and Sydney, or Celeste character, had nice chemistry. It was really cute.
Yeah. She was fun. And she's a local, I think. As well.
And you're like, I liked that you asked her on a date at the end.
Yeah.
You're like, You're like, I'm gonna be going to school. I'm gonna be but let's go out or
Yeah.
whatever. It
Well,
was cute.
I decided I was going to do it online so I could still stay with her. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute. It was a cute movie. I thought I mean everything with the little girl was cute.
Yes. Yeah. She was.
And I liked the way one thing I've noticed this season for Hallmark is that almost every movie has something new that they haven't had before, which is hard to do in Christmas. Like, how do you find
Yep.
new things? But in this one, kind of bringing in the Saturnalia stuff and some of the I thought that was creative and new, and the whole like Santa son, and that was fun.
Yeah, I think people want, well, when they can, a little something fresh. They want what they know. Also,
Yeah.
like a little nice twist on it. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what do you think makes these romances work? What do you think is the key?
Um,
The sweet rom-coms.
a little sweet rom-com. I think the people have to genuinely, I think what really makes it work when the people genuinely enjoy each other.
Yeah.
I feel like the viewers can sense that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They don't want to feel like people are faking, or they don't want to feel like it's forced or whatever.
Yeah.
They want to see the little twinkle in people's eyes.
Yeah.
It translates. It does. It
Mhm.
does.
Yeah. So with We're Scrooged,
Mhm.
did you just do you audition for this one, or did they come to you, or how did that
So
one work?
I've worked with Brain Power, who produced that one a few times, and so they did I think I might have auditioned for that, but I think the offer came in pretty quick. I think it was like an offer with an audition just to make sure. But yeah, no, those guys are really great. And the director, Amy Force, I had worked with her on Christmas Catch with Franco and Emily.
Yeah, you saw the beginning of their relationship.
Yes,
You didn't know it.
Oh my gosh. And it was so funny because I talked to them both since, and because they weren't really into each other in the beginning. Apparently they might have told you this already, because Franco was, in fact, he did really like her, and so he became very very shy and closed in. He's nervous, and I was like, Franco, we've all seen that guy. He's like 7 feet jacked. I'm like, why do you have to be worried, man?
Well, that's what makes him so attractive, is that you think that somebody like that's as handsome as he is would be super cocky, or just a little bit cocky, but no, he's like super humble, which makes him all the more attractive.
He is a very surprisingly genuine guy. He was also
he really
on the Love Club. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and funny. He's funny too.
I actually just interviewed Amy yesterday, believe it or not.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. Yeah, yeah. She's delightful. And I mean, she's just been hitting it out of the park with these.
Yeah.
Because she did Santa's Got Style. Which with Franco, which was really good. You should check that one out. It's so funny. It's so good. And and Christmas on Fifth Avenue, and so she really brought it, I think, to this We're Scrooged. I really enjoyed it, and it's so hard to take something like Christmas Carol, which has just been done to death. Like, how do you do it another way? It's tough.
Yeah, I watched it like a week ago, I think. And I enjoyed it. I'm always nervous no matter what. And I know with Amy, I was in good hands, but so I'm watching it, and I'm like, I always start off like this, and then I like all tight, and then I gradually relax. I was very happy with how it turned out.
I was too. Did you watch it with like friends and stuff, or do you watch it by yourself?
I watched it with my partner. She liked it too.
That's good. I feel like that could be. I mean, it would maybe be better because all your friends and family are gonna be like, "Oh, it's so good, so good."
Yeah.
But then also you could be sitting there and be like,
she's told me when she won't necessarily tell me that she didn't like me,
right?
But she'll just be like, it wasn't my favorite.
The other people weren't bringing it. Not your fault. Well, I
But
mean, so I've been working. Yeah, I've been working with Up TV this season. But I told them, I said, I'm a critic. If I don't like it, I'll have to say I don't like it. And I'm not gonna. But I've gotten lucky so far. These three I've liked. But yeah, We're Scrooge is probably my favorite of the three. But I am a big Christmas Carol fan. Yes. And it's just such a clever idea to do a Christmas Carol with a couple being Scrooge. That's never been done before, to my knowledge.
I thought that was interesting too, like to go on that journey together and to know you're going on it together. Because pretty quick they find out that they're joint in this thing.
When you're interacting with the AI for present, does they give you an idea of kind of where it's going to be and what's it going to be, what it's going to look like, things like that?
They did give me an idea. So that was funny because the actress is also the casting director, or was the casting director for Brainpower, which makes a lot of these Up TV movies. And she was wonderful, but she was always behind me, and I was like, I didn't know necessarily what this thing was going to look like. They kind of gave me a little bit of an idea. And the interesting thing here you might catch is they never say what JOY stands for, because it's just JOI. And I even asked, and I'm like, what does it stand for? She's like, don't you worry.
Oh, they never, what does it stand for? They never told us?
They never told me. No.
I just interviewed the writer, and so I should have asked her.
Oh my gosh. I would have loved to know. I had so many questions.
Yeah. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's The Trouble with Mistletoe by Jennifer Snow. It is the first of the Brook Hollow series. In best-selling author Jennifer Snow's sweet, wholesome Christmas romance, The Trouble with Mistletoe, our heroine learns that you can't say no to a mistletoe kiss, no matter who's under it. Since leaving Brook Hollow and her fiancé Luke Dawson 12 years earlier, Victoria Mason hasn't looked back. She's traded the small-town dream of marriage, kids, and family Christmas dinners for late nights working at a high-powered acquisitions firm, lunches at trendy New York restaurants, and jet-setting vacations on the slopes. So her latest work assignment to acquire Brook Hollow's sporting goods store poses a challenge for Victoria in more ways than one, because it's almost Christmas and she's got other holiday plans, and the owner is reluctant to sell, and the owner is Luke. She needs to wrap up the deal before she gets caught up in her old life and her old love, or becomes trapped under the mistletoe again. You can find The Trouble with the Mistletoe by Jennifer Snow wherever you purchase your holiday reads, or use the affiliate link in the description below. Yeah, this just seems like it would be a challenge. It's kind of knowing kind of what's going on, and you'd want some sort of idea. But it must have been fun playing Evil Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice to see myself with what I would look like with a goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they gave me like the big classic big like oak desk and the books behind me. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. The thing about that shot, it was at the end of the day, and it was a long technical shot because it's two of me. And it was like I think I had just a couple chances to get that. So it was under the gun, and luckily I found my deep, dark, evil Andrew. And
I think that the script had a little bit more fuel for her as far as being the Scrooge. Yeah. I think, she at the very beginning, she ignores the bell ringing Santa. So that's how you know in one of these movies that you're like a bad person. If you ignore bell ringing Santa, you're like really bad.
Not and good.
She does at the beginning, and she doesn't care about this community center and this space. She wants to turn everything into, but I mean, she made like some good points. She's like, it's only used 6 weeks out of the year, and I was like, yeah, that is valid.
A lot of these movies, they you think about it, and they're not wrong.
Yeah,
6 weeks out of the year is a huge downfall for the
whole town
of that small town.
Yeah. Yeah, when they go to future, I mean, just losing this one space, like it's all megacore after that. Like it's all It turns into the Hunger Games, basically.
Yeah, yeah. A vast wasteland of
Yeah.
people scrounging for food.
Whereas like you were just like kind of mean a little
Yeah.
bit. You were like a little grumpy, but you weren't like plotting to take over the world.
Yeah,
Like
I was like a
she
bit
was definitely.
selfish.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
She was definitely the more of the Scrooge of the two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was a fun take on a classic story. And I mean, why do you think something like Christmas Carol has persisted and stayed relevant all these years? What do you think about it? That
I think people like seeing that they can change for the better and that other people can change for the better. Because I think, sometimes we feel a certain way or have an outlook about life that might not be the greatest, but knowing that there's a possibility to change, I think metamorphosis is something that we all are drawn to.
Yeah.
I
agree. And I think that we all like to hope for that there's no lost causes.
Yes.
That Scrooge seems like the ultimate lost cause. He is like so far gone. But there is, there's hope for
exactly.
Well, we all have those curmudgeons in our life.
Oh yeah.
They haven't come around yet, but maybe someday.
They will. We need to haunt them.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said there's like a certain age where you either decide to be lovable or be a curmudgeon, one or the other.
Yeah.
And in my grandparents, I had one on each side that picked both paths.
Yeah.
So I had, I mean, nobody that bad is Scrooge, but the more grumpy side.
Okay. He wasn't making all his employees.
I think that's why I've always liked like movies like Up or Gran Torino, or you know what I mean, with sort of the grumpy
yeah, guy. The redemption story.
Yeah,
even in your final years, you can turn it around.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's part of the reason why the story just, and especially when it's tied to Christmas and the idea of just such like a hopeful, peaceful time.
Yeah. What was that one with Ryan Reynolds?
From Spirited.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was clever because it was like a take on the ghosts themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was fun. Yeah. And then Hallmark had one last year that was also about the ghosts, which was sort of random. Ghosts of Christmas Always.
Whoa.
Yeah, you should check that one out.
I don't know how you memorize all these movies.
I mean, the names sometimes can kind of blend together, and sometimes I'm like, the Ryan Pavey one. The one where right?
Yeah.
But that was one of my favorites from last year. So but yeah, it is a story that just manages to keep on reinventing itself.
And they'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
It'll be a Fast and the Furious eventually. This one.
Well, do you have anything coming up that we need to know about?
Well, yes, I did another one for Oprah Winfrey Network called Christmas Revisited, and I think that one's going to be a lot of fun. It has more of like I mean, it's still like a PG, very like family friendly, but it has more of an adult kind of storyline of this group of friends has come together because they lost their friend, and they're all staying at his cottage that he has, and they kind of just haven't seen each other for a while, and so they all are meeting each other where they're at and trying to figure things out and figure out what exactly happened between them as the days go on. And it was
good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very different from some of the other stuff I got to play, and so it has funny notes, but also dramatic notes. Yeah. And I made a couple friends on that movie who I really love. So I think it'll be a good time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And I almost forgot to ask you about Christmas Plus One. Yes. It's airing tonight.
Okay. So yeah, that came out last year here. So I'm very excited that it's out there. Michelle, who was the director, was so lovely, and like she brought me on, and then of course I get to work with Emily again, which was very nice. That was our
Yeah.
time working together, and we
Corey. Or I
and
mean, I
Corey.
guess
Oh,
you were
Corey, I've
you in
worked with a few times.
were you in any scenes with him in this? Because
No,
yeah, that's
no,
right.
no.
Yeah. I
But
mean, that's the hard part is we're all watching the trailer. We're all
yeah.
like, no, we want her to stay with Andrew. I mean, we like Corey, don't get me wrong, but
We love Corey.
it
But
was just
listen,
so cute. Like you got such like a cute meet cute at the beginning of the trailer. And it's like, oh no.
yeah, and we had good chemistry. And
Yeah.
if you saw oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the movie. I said it earlier, the first one we did.
Oh,
Christmas
Christmas Catch.
we weren't the romantic interest in Christmas
Yeah.
Sketch. Now it was our chance. And Corey
Yeah.
took it away. Pulled the rug.
Rude. Yeah, I
Rude.
mean, because you don't even need his character. You could just have it be like a serendipity kind of a thing, you know, where you get separated
So
and
we
you're
keep
trying to
missing
find.
each other.
Yeah.
This is true. This is
Yeah.
true. I have
That's okay.
notes.
I'll still watch it, but I do like the idea. I mean, I like Corey, but I don't know. It's hard when they set up the expectation at the beginning of the trailer.
I think so. Yeah. And you're going thinking one thing. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, well, they could have been together. Why not?
And so do you have anything coming out next year that's
Next
you filmed?
year? No, I think Christmas Revisited is the
Mhm.
last one on the docket, and that comes out the 23rd, I think, on OWN. And after that, I am just winging
Yeah.
it.
We'll be so excited. Y'all, if you're watching, you should hire Andrew.
Yes,
He's
please.
great.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
We have last time we did the Christmas questions for you, and we have
okay.
just the regular questions to ask you
Okay.
this time. Okay,
All
right?
right.
First question was the best ice cream flavor.
Oh, that one's easy for me. Pralines and cream. I love it. I love it. If there's ever been a favorite thing I've had, that's an easy.
Okay, good. All right. What is your favorite color?
Green or blue. Let's go green right now. I'm in a
Okay,
green.
great. Yeah, be festive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What music are you into?
I really do like rap, but not right now. I'm not loving it. I think it's slumped, but I like
Okay.
indie, I like pop, I like alternative rock, but I would say mostly I stick around hip hop, indie, and pop.
Oh, okay. Did you go to the Taylor Swift concert?
No, I didn't.
It was in theaters. They had a and I went, and I mean, I don't dislike Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just not a particular fan.
I'm not a
And so I go
particular
there,
fan
and the
either.
people around me were nuts. They
It
were
was-
going crazy. It was kind of fun just to like vicariously participate, you know, like it sort of leech off their excitement, you know, because it was hard not to sort of be excited because they were so excited. And I didn't know, I think I knew like 3 of the songs the whole time.
I would know some of the ones on the radio, maybe, but I would love
Yeah.
to have that joy about anything.
Right.
So that ecstatic. I did see Beyonce, and I don't know what I was expecting. I've heard Beyonce my whole life, but I wasn't like I'm not a huge Beyonce fan.
Yeah.
But when I saw that, though, I was blown away. I was like, oh, she can
Oh, that would be
sing,
fun.
like
Yeah, I'm
she's a
sure she puts
real
on a good show.
singer. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was beyond what I expected.
Yeah. It was impressive just for the Taylor Swift thing, like how long the show was. I mean, this thing was, I mean, it was over 2.5 hours. It was a lot of songs. I was very impressed how many tracks she did, the complicated choreography and presentation and spectacle. Like, wow.
I mean, the tour made billions of dollars. She changed the economies of each place she went, apparently.
She really did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think who I would be like, who I've been sort of super psyched about. The coolest experience that I've ever had at a concert was I love Josh Groban. And
Okay, yeah.
I've seen him actually 4 times, believe it or not. Yeah. And one time I was in a really, really bad place in my life. I was just very depressed. It was bad. And I had gotten the tickets, but I had missed when they were for sale. And so my tickets were super terrible. The only reason I even got them at all was because I joined the fan club. So I joined the Josh Groban fan club so that I could get tickets because they were sold out otherwise. And so I had my Josh Groban fan club T-shirt that I was wearing, and so we're with these horrible seats way up high, and I go out to get something, and they announce as I'm going out, they announce they're recording the live filming of that album concert, whatever, that night. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's exciting. Usually don't get things like that in Utah. And so then I go out and this lady comes up to me. I don't know if she saw that I had the fan club T-shirt on or what, but she comes up to me. She's like, well, because we're filming, we want all the seats to be, filled. Would you like to move? And I was like, yeah. And so me and my friend we were literally on the edge of the stage. We were moved from being nosebleeds way high to being on the edge of the stage, our hands out. We were like,
so did you feel that was at the same level as, did you feel at Taylor Swift level? Okay.
Even more so because it was like getting the bump up from zero to hero, like made it even more exciting than if we had bought those tickets intentionally, like it felt like we won the lottery.
Yeah. What an unexpected surprise. Now
it was so exciting.
Josh Groban, his music is very different from what I think of him as a person, because I know Josh Groban mainly from watching him on like TV and films. He's a very funny guy. Was he funny in concert as well?
He can be extremely charming. Yeah. And he makes fun of himself, and he's like, he'll make fun of some of the lyrics about how they're just so over the top and cheesy. And he has a couple songs where he'd be like, this is for the guys that have been dragged here. And so he has a couple of songs like that that'll sort of joke about that. But yeah, he's definitely his act is a little cheesy, but I love it. He's got such a beautiful voice, and he's worked in, and probably now more if he does a tour now that he's done Sweeney Todd. But he has worked in, the more times I've seen him, more like Broadway and show tunes and other stuff into his set, which is fun.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
But he puts on a great show. Absolutely.
I believe it. He's I know a little bit of his music, but he cracks me up every time he's on, like doing a comedic role. I think he's like got a gift.
Yeah. All right. What is your go-to date night food?
Oh, okay. That's either got to be ramen or pizza.
Oh,
those are the two.
Good.
Love it.
Okay. I mean, there's this place here that it's the best, not even just the best ramen I've ever had. Maybe it's just the best food I've ever had.
Okay. Where are you located?
I'm in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in near Salt Lake, and it used to be a place I felt like I spent most of my wages that I earned at this ramen place that was right by where I used to work. It is. I usually don't like spicy food, but I get the fiery bowl there. With the pork belly.
I love the spicy ramen.
It is so good. So good. With you there. All right. What is your go-to date night activity if you're going out doing something?
Date night activity. I guess like maybe a restaurant. I I like going on walks. But my girlfriend does not. I'm trying to think. I want to give you a more interesting answer, but I think it's just
I think
like
that's sweet.
restaurants. I like going to movies. I like going on walks.
Uh-huh.
He likes going to restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
And
Well,
I
we
like
always say with the movie, because people always say dinner and a movie, but
yeah,
we always say you do movie and dinner.
yeah.
Because
That makes sense.
then you can talk about the movie at dinner.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives you extra conversation.
So, all right, which do you like better, dogs or cats?
Cats.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
not as common an answer.
Yeah.
Good.
I do.
Which do you like?
I don't like any animal that sheds too much or drools too much. And so a cat that sheds too much, don't like. A dog that drools too much. I'd take a medium-sized, non-drooling dog that doesn't
there you
shed.
go.
I'd be very happy with that.
Okay. All right, which do you like better, beaches or mountains?
I like beaches. I don't like lying on the beach. I like going in the water, swimming, and doing that kind of stuff. I'm gonna say beaches. I'm gonna go beaches.
Okay, good. Okay. Suit and tie or sweats?
Oh, these are so polar opposite.
I know they're tough.
Any of those. I don't like a suit. I don't like stuff around my neck. So I'm gonna go sweats. I'm gonna go sweat.
Okay. What's your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Probably Christmas. But I feel like lately I've been celebrating that all year round.
Yeah.
And I love Halloween, but I never dress up. So let's just say Christmas.
Oh, so you got to dress up. That's I always say that's the whole benefit of being in a relationship is you have someone to do couples costumes with.
I wait too long, and then I'm like, oh, Halloween's coming, and then I have nothing. I just look.
All right. What is your favorite Hallmark or romantic movie?
Hallmark or romantic movie? Oh my gosh. I'm probably going to say Love Actually, but I know I've got probably a better answer out there. But let's go Love Actually.
All right.
I feel like everybody says that, right? Ugh.
Yeah, I mean it's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah. Especially I get a little frustrated with the Laura Linney plot. I'm like, why can't she go with the hot guy?
There's so much wrong with it looking back.
Like she can be a good sister and date the hot guy.
Yeah.
There's no need to choose. Yeah. But yeah, it's a fun movie for sure. Well, there you go. You did it. You answered all the questions once again.
Thank you for asking. What's your favorite romantic movie? Just so you have you must have seen many.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I love there's an anime film. I love animation. There's an anime film called Your Name, which is my favorite movie that I love. It's about two teenagers that one day they don't even know each other. One's in Tokyo, one's in the country, and one day they wake up and they swap bodies. And and it does end up being a love story. So I do love that. I love You've Got Mail. Tom and Meg, and love that. I love that script so much. I love the Sound of Music. Okay, that's a favorite. I love Breakfast at Tiffany's. That's another favorite of mine. I love a little movie called Sing Street, which if you haven't seen,
it's an animated movie.
No, that one's not animated, but it is on Netflix. It's there's a director named John Carney. Yeah. And John Carney, his movies always involve kind of music. And he has another movie called Once, which is excellent. Yep. But anyway, has this movie called Sing Street. It's great. It's all about this boy in the 80s in Ireland, and he meets this girl who's a model. He wants to impress the model, and so he asks her to be in the music video for his band. The only catch is he doesn't have a band. And so when she says yes, he's like, well, I got to make a band. And so he gets all his friends together to make a band to impress this girl. And it's really cute.
That sounds cute.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's on Netflix. If anybody hasn't seen it, you should check out Sing Street. It's so good.
I'll watch it on a date night.
That's up there. I also love Beauty and the Beast.
Good one.
Yeah, that one's a favorite. So, but it's hard. It's hard to pick just because I mean, I do a whole podcast on romantic movies, right?
Next time I'm on, I'm going to take some time to think because I don't love my Love Actually answer. I know there's other movies that I've been like, a single tear has rolled down my cheek or something, and I've been like,
Yeah.
oh.
Well,
Oh.
you can message me when it comes to, it'll come to you, and then we'll
I know what it is. Yeah.
Well, if people want to follow you on social media, all that fun stuff, how do they do that?
I mainly just use Instagram. I should be on more stuff, but you can follow me on Instagram at Andrew Bushell.
All right, good. Yeah, y'all should follow Andrew, and y'all should hire Andrew, put him in your movies.
Yeah, do it.
Well, thanks so much, and hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
You as well. Take care.
We'd like to thank Andrew for coming on the podcast. This was so much fun to get to talk with him. So let us know what you think about all the things we talked about in the comments. And please follow me, all of our social media at Rachel's Reviews. And also make sure to follow the podcast, Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews, 5 stars. That helps us so much. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that so much. We also have our Patreon group and merch store, and we appreciate that support so much. And thanks again to Andrew, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.